Magpie's Nest. You can call me Magpie. Hi, cat. Yes, angel food cake would be such a good snack for movie night tonight. I'm probably going to have some while we watch movies and I crochet ear savers. Hi. Okay, so it's Friday afternoon, and today, let me adjust my laptop. The screen seems a little high. Come on now. There we go. That's better. All right, now that we're getting going, today's recipe that I reposted it. I was going to do this recipe a couple days ago, but some things came up, and so I had to kind of postpone it a bit. But I tested this recipe one more time. I've done it twice now, and so I think I've got a really good handle on it for anybody that hasn't made an angel food cake before by hand with fresh eggs, because I know they make boxes of angel food cake powder that you just need to add water and I think some extra eggs to get it going, and it's pretty foolproof. I've made that before, and that's really good if you're making a lot of cake for a party. But this one is a scratch cake, and so I guess homemade. I guess it's not really that not appropriate, but not that widely known to say things are made from scratch now. But so I've got our cute little visual here of all of our ingredients, and I went really crazy with painting the strawberries on there. It was just so fun to do that. I really enjoy painting all of the ingredient lists. I've got quite a few pages that are sitting on my desk in various states of being painted. So that's just really fun to do. Alright, so our ingredients, we'll get some things going right off the bat. I have my eggs here, 12 fresh eggs. Usually a large or extra large size work best. If you're doing medium eggs, you probably want to do 13 or 14, just because the amount of egg white that we need for this cake usually equals out to be a dozen large eggs. But the first thing we'll always want to do when we're baking is to get our oven warming up. And you'll want to warm that up to 350 degrees. Or if I'm really interested in seeing how carton egg whites will do for this cake. You'll have to let me know. I will probably pull the mixer closer to the overhead camera that I have set up, just so I can show the egg whites in various states of whipping, because that is something that you have to be really careful in watching. How whipping egg whites with sugar and meringue and cream of tartar, sorry, not meringue powder, can go through many stages, and you have to get it in just the right place to have a delicious, very light, fluffy, full-sized angel food cake. Because if you under-whip them, then you might have a cake that falls really easily, or it just won't set up correctly. But if you over-whip them, then your cake might also be a little spongy and just a bit too thick, and it might not set up right. But the first thing we're going to do, I am going to switch over to the overhead camera just so I can show the process of separating the eggs. Let's see. Is that the right one? Ah! I'm gone. There we go. Oh, no, I had it. Okay, there we go. Sorry, playing around some new things. So we've got our 1 dozen eggs here, and I have a container that I'm going to put all of my egg whites in, and I'm just going to set this up front right here. 1 dozen eggs, and then I'm going to take one and just crack it right into the bowl. And I usually do 2 at a time, but just to show the right process, I'm just going to do 1 for now. That with my freshly washed clean hands, I'll actually just scoop out the egg yolk and then you just kind of pass it back and forth a little bit between your fingers so that you have the egg white in the bowl and the egg yolk in your hand. So then I'll just pop the egg yolk right into our other bowl, and we'll save that later. So then I'll crack another egg, pop that in there. And for this, you just kind of, it feels a little weird, but there's nothing wrong with that. When you're baking in a big bakery, there's usually not enough time to individually crack and separate eggs like this. So I'll be able to do 2 or 3 at a time to separate eggs because I know just the right way to, I can feel it when I crack an egg on the counter. But if you haven't really separated eggs like this before and you feel comfortable with doing just 1 at a time, then that's perfectly all right. So then we'll just pour those egg whites in there. Whoop! See, I almost lost one. Just gotta, and make sure you've got any eggshell pieces that end up in our egg bowl pulled out. And this is a very loose looking yolk. I gotta be careful with that. And we want to be careful with not having any egg yolks in this recipe because egg yolks are very heavy. They would pull the egg white down and it would just make it really, really heavy and it wouldn't bake up properly. Ooh, got a piece of shell here. Oh, how is everybody's Friday going? All the snow is finally melting in our backyard. I'm really excited about it because I'm ready to start gardening. I posted some photos this morning in the Cat is Alive Discord about all of my different plants that I've got started right now, all of my seedlings, and I'm really excited about it. I've got tomatoes and, 2 different kinds of tomatoes. I have some cherry tomatoes on the vine, and then I've also got some, they're called mortgage lifter tomatoes, and they're actually a kind of beefsteak tomato. So they're like super huge. Oh my gosh, I love that hype emoji. That's super cute. But now we're done with these. I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick. Always gotta make sure you got it going. Mr. Pure Instinct, I'm gonna have to check out his channel. But now we've got a bowl of lovely 12 egg yolks, and I'm just gonna set those aside for now. Alright, so then our next pieces of ingredients, I gotta pull out some of the bowls, so that we're going to measure out our dries and our sugar. And for our dries, we're going to do 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Let me scooch in here a bit. And just like always, we'll really fill it up and then we'll take our spatula and then tap it down. Really make sure we've got even amount of dries. And then we'll just pop that right in a bowl. And that's all the flour we're going to use. It's just 1 cup. Super simple. Next step is some white sugar. And that will be 1 cup and 1/4. But here's the tricky bit. 1/4 of that cup is going to go directly in with the flour. And then the 1 cup, this won't fit in here actually, so I'm going to use my 1/2 cup. Whoops, sorry. That we will take 1 cup of sugar. and pop it right in our other bowl. And that's all the white sugar we're going to be using. Super simple so far. We've got egg whites. We have a cup of white sugar, a quarter cup of white sugar, and a cup of flour. Next step is our salt. And then my teeny little salt shaker. We will do a half of a teaspoon of kosher salt right in with the flour and the quarter cup addition of sugar. And then a couple more steps here. 2 more teeny little measuring bowls. We will have our lovely cream of tartar, which is so great. And we will be using 1 whole teaspoon of cream of tartar. But since I'm not able to really scrape this, I just gotta be lucky about it. And I was not lucky about it. A little extra won't kill it if you have a little bit over a teaspoon. Cream of tartar is it's a chemical stabilizing agent that will help keep the meringue from collapsing under the moisture that will be around it as it bakes. And it will also keep it from collapsing from the flour that's going to be sitting on top of it as it bakes. And then in this little baby, we're going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. Right in there. Yes, the majestic cream of tartar. I was so shocked when you sent me that photo of that huge cream of tartar container, because I'm only ever able to find that really teeny one. But you're gonna be able to make so many angel food cakes from scratch. All right, and then back to face view because we have all of our ingredients put together. Yeah, flour. We're making an angel food cake today, and it takes up some all-purpose flour. Let me just squelch my mixer in here. Oh, how far can I push her? My lovely mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer like I do, then you can use a hand blender. You will have to do the whisk attachments on your hand blender. So we've got our egg whites and everything else. So our 12 egg whites, our 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of all-purpose flour with a quarter cup of sugar in that bowl with the flour, and half a teaspoon of salt. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm reading through my ingredients list correctly. Then I have 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar in its own little bowl, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla in its own little bowl. Next step we're going to do is we're going to take all of our 12 egg whites and we're just going to pour them right on into our bowl, and we'll just set that aside. Really make sure you lock your mixer, and then we will pour in our cream of tartar right into there, and then we'll just start it up. Nevadads, I like that name. Welcome to the stream. I am the Magpie's Nest. Today we're making angel food cake, and we're going to be doing some maple syrup roasted strawberries to go along with them. Super delicious dessert. It's going to be real tasty. I'm going to pause the music while we have the mixer going, just because that's going to drown out most sounds. Alright, I am going to take this back to the top down just so I can show you guys what the egg whites will look like throughout the mixing process. Let's see. So right now, they're just starting to get a little foamy. Let me see if I can move my light a little closer. that looks a little better. Cool. So stopping the mixer just to show you, it is getting a little foamy, like you're starting to see bubbles really start to develop, and we're going to really crank this up. Because we really want this to get to about a soft peak situation before we add in any of the additional sugar. So I'm just going to, and that will take a couple of minutes. So there's no rush if it's taking a bit, or if you feel it's taking too long, you know, just give it time. But I'll show you exactly what that looks like once we get to there. It'll be a couple of moments. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. How's everybody's day going? Okay, so now that we mixed it for about a minute, it's really starting to foam up. There's still egg white in the bottom that you can see when you mix it, but this level of foaming up looks really good because it's starting to stick to the whisk. You can kind of see some bits holding on there, and that means we're going in the right direction. But we're still not at soft peak yet, so we're just going to keep going. Yes, it's getting super fluffy, and you know, it's going in the right direction. It's still a little loose to start adding in the sugar, but you know, we're well on our way. And working with a mixer, you definitely want to make sure that you don't stick anything into the bowl while you're mixing, and if you do need to stop the mixer and check it, then definitely do that. There is no shame in, you know, double checking things are going well. So now at this point, you know, we really are into soft peak territory. How I'm picking it up and it is moving, and it does move on the whisk. Oop, hold on. Let me bring it a little. There we go. That is nice and loose. And so now this will be the point where we do start to add in our sugar. And just come on now. There we go. All right. So then we'll be using our tablespoon measure to rein in the sugar into the mixer. To have that going on a medium speed. And just take a tablespoon and just very gently tap, tap, tap it in. And we want each tablespoon to be completely mixed in before we add in another one. Because this process should take about 3 to 4 minutes. So, you know, if you want to turn down the volume because the mixer is a little loud, that's perfectly fine. I understand. But making a good meringue for an angel food cake does take time and patience and love. And I have all of those things. I love baking. I love making things to bring them to parties or just to bring them to a friend's house if I'm visiting. It's just a lot of fun to be able to do something for somebody else that will make them happy and will make them smile. And I definitely know that, you know, I could make some healthier things for my friends, and I should, and I will. But, you know, sometimes a good homemade dessert and a good homemade cake would be, it's just so nice. Hi, Maddie! Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, I'm really excited to see you here. Hold on, I gotta open up chat again. Hi, Maddie. You sense a best friend? Well, if you're ever around, I will definitely make you something delicious. And it's so nice to know that you love Steven Universe and the Crystal Gems because, you know, I've got another friend that really likes Steven Universe, but she and I have kind of talked about everything. So, you know, I'm super happy to know that there's, you know, more people that I can talk to and scream about Steven Universe. So I'm gonna stop the mixer just to show you the difference that just like a minute or so have done. That, and I have some sugar around the top of my whisk that I need to wipe off. But just the difference of just a little bit of time have made it super glossy and delicious looking, and it's really smooth. So it's turning out really well so far. And if you do need to stop it to scrape down any extra sugar that have hung out along the sides of your bowl, then do so now, because I think after the halfway point of the sugar being added in, it will be a little too risky to stop the mixer. So now that we've got everything mixed up, we're going to keep on going. Yes, it looks super good. I really love this recipe, and I honestly can't wait to make the meringue cookies. Nom nom nom. Yes. Oh, you saw my head there. Whoops. My hair is a mess today from all this humidity. Since all the snow is melting, it's like a little bit humid, but that's okay. So now, just going to, let me come around to the camera. Tap in a little more sugar. Aw, thank you, Maddie. I know we've been having a "No, you're cute" war in the Discord, and that's really, I really enjoy that. It's so cute. Yeah, just wait till Kat gets to that point. Yes, that reverse Uno card. I love it so much. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that reverse Uno card, and I'm gonna use it in like every conversation now. You have good reason for that to be your favorite. It's really good. Oh, thanks. That would be great. Yeah, if you just want to send me the file through Discord, that would be super perfect. So we're adding in this sugar just a little bit at a time because we want to make sure that the sugar has been fully dissolved in the egg whites and the cream of tartar, because naturally sugar wants to be a liquid, that it goes and it seeks out liquids out in the world, and because it used to be a syrup, you know, in the sugarcane plant that it comes from. And it's missing that missing water molecule in its structure to make it this nice crystalline, sugary structure that we know and love. And so that's why when you have any type of sugar, like brown sugar or even white sugar or cane sugar, then you're gonna head out. But any type of sugar, it's always advised that you store it in your kitchen in an airtight and dry container. That way it doesn't absorb the liquid that's around it. Otherwise it will become really wet and it will kind of turn into a stale block of overly moist sugar. But we want these egg whites and the sugar to combine really nicely. We're almost at the end of our sugar. To be nice and shiny and a stiff peak. Yeah, I'm a head out. So I'm just gonna rein in the little last bit here and set that aside. And then actually, during this process, we are going to add in our vanilla just a little bit after we get to the point where all the sugar has been mixed in, and then it's good to go for vanilla. Oh yeah, I gotta do this on camera. Gotcha. Sorry. I know you would never leave me, Maddie. You're such a sweet person. Hitting me with that reverse Uno card. You thought. Alright, so we're almost at that point where they're super shiny and they're nice and smooth. So I am going to toss in our 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and that will combine and it won't hurt the meringue in any way, which is good. Oh, I'm so excited for this recipe. Kat, if we're both going to have angel food cake in movie night tonight, we're going to make everybody so jealous. They're going to be so jealous. Alright. So now, I'm just going to check it. And oh, there is a little bit of sugar that's sticking around my whip again. My whisk. You're not going to have any. You can bake along with me. If you have the stuff, it doesn't take a lot of stuff to make a delicious angel food cake. But now I'm able to pick it up, and my light is a little bright, so you're not able to see it. Let me adjust that. That's a little better. See the natural shine. Let me pick some up. But we've got like a really natural shine to the meringue, and it is a stiff peak because if I picked up this bowl and held it upside down over my head, then it would not fall onto my head. I'm not going to do that because I'm not crazy. And there's always that chance that it might fall, and I'm scared to do that on on chat because I know one of y'all would snap that up so fast, and I don't need video evidence of me doing that. Oh, your call is going long? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, my bowl is not inside. Alright, so here's my bowl of egg white. Our next step we're actually going to do, we're going to take our, a really big bowl that we've got. Hold on, let me, where is it at? There it is. There's the sweet spot. I'm still getting used to the top-down camera. But we're going to scoop out all of our meringue right into our really big, lovely bowl here. Really making sure to get everything. That's a pretty clean bowl. I'm impressed with that. I'm okay with that. I'll just set that in the sink. And then the next step we're actually going to do is you can use a sifter like mine here, or you can use just a regular colander like this one. But you need to sift in your sugar and your flour and the salt into your mix. And you just want to do a little at a time and setting it aside. And for folding is you're actually going to cut across the middle, pick up that half, and then fold it over. And then turn, and then pick it up, and then fold it over again. But now that I've done a couple of folds, I am going to add in some more dries because we do want the dries to be equally mixed in, but we don't want to knock out as much air of the meringue as we can. So I will toss it and fold it just 2-3 times before adding in some more dries right on top of the exposed meringue. Just a little bit more. Well, there's a squirrel right outside the back window. Oh, he's so cute. It's a little baby gray squirrel. Oh wait, my mixer's off. I can turn the music back on. Duh. There we go. Ooh, nice jazzy music. Oh, and it's the end of the song. Dang. And I'm really giving it a good old tap. Make sure everything is out of there. And there were some dries in the bowl that I had the sifter sitting on, so I'm just going to tap those in there. And then I'm just going to fold until most of the dries are mixed in. Definitely going around the outside of the bowl 1 or 2 times. Delicious, delicious cake. And actually, I made this recipe yesterday to test it, and it turned out pretty good. I think I needed to mix the egg whites longer, and I did. I mixed them much longer today, which I'm happy about because this looks so much better. The texture is so much lighter, and I think this one is going to turn out much better than my cake from yesterday. Because also, I only had a little bit of it. My boyfriend, Alex, he really loves angel food cake so much. And he had some for like a late night snack and forgot to put it away in the cake carrier that I had. And my cat, Gordon, decided to munch on it overnight. So I woke up to a good piece of it gone. And I had to throw it away because he had his little cat mouth on it. And it's like, you know what? I understand. My cat, he's a little bit of a fat ass. Yeah, I mean, like, bad Gordon, but yeah, I get it. So, the pan that you want to use is a classic bundt pan. Mine is specifically for angel food cake because it has these smooth sides and a smooth bottom, which will actually be the top of the cake. I'm your new best friend. Oh, thank you. That means so much. I love that. But if you don't have a bundt pan, then you can use some loaf pans. That you can use these. You want them to be a rectangle, only because you want as much cooking space or heating space available for the cake. That the reason why angel food cake pans have this lovely little tube in the center is that it adds a secondary layer of cooking from this metal piece in the middle. And it also helps the cake cling onto the pan, that way it doesn't deflate. Because an angel food cake goes into an unprepped pan because you want the meringue and the cake mix to stick to the sides of the cake so that it stays as light and tall and fluffy as possible. But I will be doing one large round cake, only because I really like cooking with this pan. It was my grandmother's, and when she moved down to Texas to live with my uncle, she left essentially all of her kitchen equipment to me, because she knows that I love cooking and I love baking. And so, you know, I've got a lot of extra cooking equipment in the basement that I'm going to have to go through. So we're just going to gently spoon nice big globs of cake right in the pan, really making sure that it gets down to the bottom, giving it a jiggle. Really careful not to knock out the air. I know it's like really tempting to want to like smooth it down and spread it out, but you just want to like give it a wobble to get it down to the sides, because you're moving the cake around without knocking air out of it. So then we're just gonna finish spooning that in there. As soon as we're done with this, we will pop her right into the oven for cooking. It will take about 45 to 50 minutes to bake. So, you know, we'll have enough time to chat and hang out, and we'll get the strawberries going, because those take a bit. But, you know, giving it a good old jiggle. All right, so now we're going to stick her right in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm going to set a timer for 50 minutes. The recipe says 40 to 50. I would assume that if you're living at a higher elevation, then you want to aim for a shorter bake time, or to lower the temperature a bit and then go into a longer bake time. Hi, I'm back. It's my face. I'm just going to move my light out of the way here. Here we go. All right, so now we're just going to hang out a bit. I'm going to wipe down my counter, and then we're going to get, aw, thank you. And then, yeah, let me wipe down the counter, and then we're going to get started on strawberries. Get my disinfecting wipe and get that going. You're finally done with work. Oh, good. Wurge. Finally done with Wurge. All right. So we got our counter nice and cleaned up and wiped down. Let me grab a cutting board here. And then we'll get started on strawberries and maple syrup. I forgot to grab my maple syrup from the cabinet, but that's okay. And then I only used about half a pound for strawberries. I put down a pound container on the recipe, just because that's what I know. Quirmped. Thank you. Yes, I adjusted my overlay, so I have chat over here now. Yep, I got the chat box right here, and then I adjusted my social medias, which are all up to date right here. I have Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. If you wanted to go there, I upload all of my videos onto YouTube, just because Twitch will really only keep my videos for about 2 weeks or something, but not forever. And, you know, I want to be able to go back to these recipes whenever I feel like it, so that I could, so that I could bake along, even to myself, or, you know, if any of you wanted to go and, you know, check out the brownies that I did the very first stream. 60 days for non-affiliated. Oh, okay, so 2 months. All right, that's not bad. But yes, I do upload all of my videos on YouTube, just in case anybody wanted to go back and make something at a future date. Forever for partners. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, I mean, my ultimate goal is maybe be affiliated, but I don't know. If it happens, it happens. I'm just having fun. But I'm going to go wash these strawberries in the sink, because it's always very important to wash your produce before you produce anything. Just giving them a good rinse off here. I washed all my strawberries yesterday when I made these, but that's alright. Doing it on camera means that I'm doing it the proper way. Giving them a good old toss there. Alright. Wait, you let your dog take it? You let your dog take your socks off? What? That's pretty cool, actually. Just making sure that's open. Oh, man. That's cool. Does he not chew them up as soon as he takes them off? Then, well, where's my pan? I'll use this. So I'm just grabbing a saucepan to put up on the stove, because we'll use that for our strawberries. Grabs the dough and runs. That's hilarious. And then we'll just grab a teeny tiny little knife, cut the tops off, and then I just set those aside for the garbage. Oh, Rupert, what a goofy dog. My parents' dog, Maggie, she really likes bringing gifts to whomever comes in the house. And usually that means she'll grab like a shoe from the front door area of my parents' like living room, and she'll bring you this shoe, and she'll just like stand there with it in her mouth and just kind of like shake back and forth, all excited. You gotta pretty much like catch her to be able to take it away. But sometimes that means socks. Yeah. Oh yeah, he does need to get snipped, huh? Yes, delicious strawberries. So I have my strawberries. I have some sauce already in the fridge, so I'm not making as much as I would normally. I just know I can pour these over ice cream. They're super delicious, and they'll be really good to be paired with a lot of things. I make maple syrup roasted strawberries for a lot of things. One of my favorites is brie en croûte, which is like a wheel of brie cheese that I peel the skin off of it, and then I wrap it in puff pastry, and then I bake that, and then I pour the maple syrup strawberries on top of it, and you like cut into it, and the brie cheese is all gooey and delicious, and the strawberries are sweet. Maple oat and honey baked strawberries for your cottage cheese. That sounds delicious. That sounds really good. Yes, brie cheese. I love it. But for the strawberries, I'm just going to quarter them. You know, just cut them into fourths. That way they still have a little bit of texture once they're cooked. For the really teeny strawberries, I'm just cutting them in half, because I would rather have the texture of a strawberry rather than just like strawberry juice. Yeah, right? I saw those Zoom backgrounds she sent. I really hope now that, I updated my computer system, that I'm able to have, like, backgrounds in Zoom calls, because that would make things so fun. The iCarly one, I think, is my favorite, because then you could just do random dancing from iCarly, and it'll make total sense. Yes! Craft night would be great. I'm excited for movie night tonight. I'm excited for craft night tomorrow. I'm excited for Sunday morning workout. There's just, we're definitely able to fill a lot of time now. And I'm really grateful to, be part of a community that does a lot of online communications. Because being stuck at home, I think this is like, what's today? Today is the 17th. So this is almost 1 full month of me staying home. So, I think I'm definitely going a little stir crazy. Ooh, your charcuterie board. This would be really great. Have some extra maple syrup strawberries to go with crackers and cheese, maybe. So today is a full month for you, and yeah, wow. That's a long time. 1 full month. I have to drink. Alright, so then I'm just going to move this a little closer. That way I can, just show it. Just going to heat up my pan a bit. And we are going to do Stay Home, Don't Know Her. Well, we feel for you, Maddie, for having to go out and work during all of this. So I have a third of a cup listed on there, but I don't know where my third cup measurement is. So I'm just doing a fourth of a cup and then just a little bit extra. And we're just going to let that heat up a bit. Ooh, pizza. Time brought you pizza? Or do you mean Trevor? Or either way. Then I'm going to add just a little bit. Oh, Tim. Okay. Oh, yes, you said if you were ordering pizza and he was working, he would bring it to you. Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to add just 2 teaspoons of brown sugar to my syrup. Just because when I did do this yesterday, the natural moisture from the strawberries really made the syrup kind of watered down. And I want it to be almost like a caramel sauce that you add the strawberries to. So then, rubber spatula. Just stir that around. Bring it around town. But then, while waiting for that, we're just going to hang out and chat for a bit. I'm an angel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that thought. Thanks. I love this Kiki shirt. It's so cute. It's got the little cat in the pocket. Angel food made by an angel. Oh. Oh, you all are great. Welcome to the stream, Mariah. How are you, honey? I'm gonna be making ear savers while we're hanging out. You're good. Okay, that's great. Ooh, Cowboy Bebop. That's a show I haven't seen in forever. I should pick that back up. The ear savers, yeah, I have. I made about 7 in your stream last night. Oh, I lost count of my stitches. Hold on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be 8. Okay. Yeah, I made about 7 or 8 last night, and I made 2 this afternoon. Um, that I tried calling the local hospital that's like right across the highway from me. Well, not the highway, but I guess the main road in town. To uh, to ask like, hey, do you need crocheted ear savers? I'm a local crafter, and I'm home. I'm home all the time, so I want to do something to help besides just staying home and flattening that curve. Because Minnesota is doing a great job in flattening the COVID-19 curve. I think most of the Midwest is doing a really good job. The last time I looked at a map of percentages of infection rates, I think like essentially the whole Midwest is doing a really good job. So, just a round of applause for everybody out there that's doing everything they can to help, whether it be just best state in the union. Yes, it is. And Minnesota seems to do just a lot of stuff. Because I also saw this, oh God, what was it? Like an article. I saw it as a post on Tumblr first, and then I saw it as a post on Imgur next, that Minnesota has like one of Virginia's original Civil War flags, like uh, the Confederate flag. Like they have one of the originals, and Virginia every once in a while is like, "Can we have it back, please?" And Minnesota's like, "No, go away!" And just smacks Virginia in the face. Yes, that they're just like, it's part of our heritage, and Minnesota's like, no, it's a remembrance of the like 217 Minnesotans that sacrificed their lives to fight in the Civil War to make sure that the North wins and that we can abolish slavery and develop a better nation. So it's like, wow, that's so crazy that's being brought up now. I wonder if it was brought up if Virginia is like, can we have it back again? But whatever. Shit, I lost track of my stitches again. I'm really getting lost here. But how's your day going, Mariah? Are you gonna bake angel food cake along with me? Oh, you volunteered today. Oh, that's so nice. That's so great. Thank you for going out there and helping in any way you can. Packing food for kids that rely on school meals, that's super admirable. Sheridan's Story, I'm actually not familiar with them. Is that the organization that you volunteered for? That's Sheridan's Story? Ooh, I'm a really slow crocheter. You'll have to forgive me, Kat. I'm not as fast as you. But that's okay. I'm still new to crocheting. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, so they're a constant thing that goes through. That's awesome. That's really great that there's an organization, that there's tons of organizations out there that definitely take up the mantle of helping take care of students, really no matter what age they are, that really rely on the free meals from school. 500,000 this month. Wow. Is that this month so far or total? Like, that's the amount of meals that's super cool, though. Ooh, come on, now. All right. Got about 30 minutes on our first check of Angel Food Cake. So that'll be fairly close to being done. I think I had mine in the oven yesterday for a little over an hour, just to really make sure that it's like nice and golden on top and it's got that nice looking crust. Since March 15th. Well, that's about a month, so 500,000 in a little over a month. That's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely a little sad that there are situations where people of any age rely on the free provided food that is in the schools that they go to, because they could be shut down at any time, just like now. But it's great that, out there are very selfless people such as yourself that will make up for that. That will go out and make meals and make sure that people are getting the proper nutrition to be able to just be a little more comforted in this time. Because a good meal really does help somebody feel better. Like, it's not even just about the nutrition portion of it, that, having a home-cooked meal can make somebody's day that much better. I know I always feel better after, like having a really shitty day or just being in a really shitty mood, and it's like, I'm gonna cook dinner, and I'm just gonna have like a really good time. Ooh, a meal prep kit. HelloFresh, yeah, they're a pretty good brand. My parents ordered through them a couple of times. Oh, I just realized my phone was not connecting to my speaker. Come on now. There we go. My bad. I had this music so quiet. Alright, so now I've got my maple syrup, about a third of a cup, and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar in my pan. And the brown sugar is nice and melted, and it is hot because it is slightly simmering. And I'm just going to take my cut up strawberries and plonk them right on in. And you will want to toss them just at first, and then you want to kind of wait for it to start simmering again. And if you wanted to add like a little vanilla extract into that, that would be perfectly fine. It would just add like a bit of an aromatic addition to it. It wouldn't really affect the flavor very much. But hi, Korg! How are you? More of the BF. BF what? Like my boyfriend, Alex? He's not home. He's at work, y'all. I don't stream with anybody else in the house. Are you kidding me? No. He'll walk through and interrupt everything. It's not lame. I'm just very particular. I like how I stream. I stream by myself, it's fine. With no pants. I'm wearing pants. Technically I'm wearing a skirt, but it's kind of like pants. It's like one pant leg around both of my legs. Would that be right? Oh, him no pants. Yes. He actually put on a pair of my pants, as awful as that is. It was so embarrassing. Yeah, the no pants was in Zoom that, I guess explaining it for everybody else. I was in craft night. I had my laptop set up in my craft room, we were just hanging out and chilling, and at that time, our master bedroom was still being under renovation, and so we had our mattress set up in the craft room, and we had all of our clothes in the craft room closet, and Alex came in really quick after taking a shower, and he's like, I just need to grab some pants real quick. And he goes into the closet, he grabs a pair, and he just runs out. And then he comes back to the door a minute later, and they're a pair of my pants. And he's like twice my size. I'm 5'2", and Alex is 6'2", and he weighs a good 110 pounds more than me. So he's wearing these size 8 jeans, and it was awful. Those pants are stretched out now. Actually, I have to probably put a dart in the back of them to bring them back in, because he did end up pulling a seam, and I'm so like, it's funny talking about it because he's done this a couple of times actually, where he's put on a piece of my clothing, and because we wear a lot of similar clothing, like I really like plaid button-ups, and he has a lot of plaid button-ups of very similar fabrics, and so he's grabbed one of my flannels and put it on, and it's completely like busted out the elbows of a couple of sleeves. He's busted the side seam of a shirt or two, and it's funny, but it makes me so mad because I love my clothes so much. I don't buy a lot of clothes because I wear things until they're pretty threadbare, and so, you know, just to like be with a person who destroys my clothes at such a quick rate, it just like really hits me right in the soul. I'm just gonna turn that heat up a bit. Actually, talking about wearing somebody else's clothes, a very early story from Alex and I's relationship. I love that boy though. I wouldn't want to be without him, even if that means he accidentally wears a piece of my clothing every once in a while. I mean, but a really early funny story is when Alex was still living with his parents. It was like when we were first starting dating. I hate shopping. I hate shopping so much. Nothing fits right. You have to keep grabbing clothes and trying them on. The lights are always so bright, and I'm so pale. Like, I know you see it through the camera because I'm just naturally pale, but I'm just so pale that those harsh mall lights or store lights just make me look dead. Like, they make me feel like I walked out of a cave and into, like, the harsh sunlight. Okay, I mean, online shopping is fairly okay. I have had some items come in that I've had to send back because the fabric is completely wrong. Like, I ordered this really cute skirt once, and I'm like, oh, this is really cute. It looks like a nice pastel pink cotton or something like that. And it comes in and it's like see-through. Like, I would have to wear another skirt underneath it because it was so see-through, and I ended up having to send it back. And I don't think I've ever received a refund for that. That was like years ago. So I'm just gonna let it go. It was like $12. But yeah. Mabel, so if you want Mabel to stay, so you have your community, do you have your community or like guest services, like the big building, or is it still the tent? Because if it's, because I think you need to upgrade or have your guest services upgraded to the big building. Oh, big building. Okay, so you just gotta buy stuff from her. The more bells you spend with her, she'll actually, let me actually look up how many bells you need to spend, because you spend bells and then she's like, oh, this is great, I'll open up a shop here. Mabel in Animal Crossing New Horizons store. Oh, how to unlock the tailor in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So you need to upgrade Timmy and Tommy's to the store. Oh, she wants to stay. Oh, that's great. Yes. Yeah, you just gotta upgrade Nook's Cranny to the real store. You spot her in the store. Look out for her in the plaza, and then buy as much from her as you can, because the more it doesn't say how much you need to spend, but it can't be a lot. Because I know I bought just a couple of pieces from her, and she's like, I'm going to open up a shop here. Yes, you're getting us. Oh, I love the tailor shop. It's so great. Yes, Mabel, Sable, and then Label, or Labelle. That the fashionista sister, she'll start coming by too. She'll set up, she'll just stand kind of in the plaza, and she'll ask you for like fashion stuff. But I love all of the Able sisters. Today actually, today my game actually, Mabel, or is it Sable? No, it's Sable. Yes, Sable's the one that sticks behind the machine in the store. But I've been talking to her every single day, and today was the first day that she actually stopped sewing, and she's like, "And Table?" That's their brother. Their brothers are Table and Stable, and then oh man, what are other like Able ending names? I knew a guy named Abel, actually. I worked with him at an old job. He was alright. He was pretty nice. But yeah, so I've been talking to Sable every single day since I've had the store. Because in New Leaf and in previous games, if you talked to her every day and got to the point where she's like, she considered you a friend, and she would chat with you, then like you would get some bonus stuff in the store. Like I know in New Leaf you were able to upgrade into like pro custom designs in like the little design app in New Leaf. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I just love making friends with Sable so much because, you know, Mabel looks like Sonic, but Sable looks like an actual hedgehog. So, you know, it's like they've got that kind of back and forth with the design. Oh man. Alright, so strawberries are kind of cooking. They smell super delicious. These are going to be so good. So you really want like the, what are the words that I'm trying to think of here? But you really want the strawberries to like really absorb the maple syrup flavor. So we're just going to let those go until they get fairly soft. I'm going to finish this ear saver. And thank you again, Kat, for having that as like a crochet stream, because that's super helpful. And it's a super great project. This is actually a really great project for when I make the tail for your mermaid blanket. Because then I'll just be able to make a whole bunch of these strips and then just kind of like sew them together to make like a really flowy tail. Which I'm doing really well on. I'm super excited about it. I'm probably going to finish it before the end of the month because hopefully I was speaking to my boss yesterday and today, talking about, you know, like when I'm able to come back to work, and he definitely wants more help for before Mother's Day, which is May 10th, I believe. And so I'm hoping to start work either the last week of April or the first week of May. And I love being home, but at the same time, I really miss going to work. I miss being in a bakery where I can just kind of hang out, and honestly, I don't miss driving to work. understand. I don't understand those numbers. That's very odd. Weird. Oh. So Maddie, what are you up to right now? Keep having the down. Right. Got about 17 minutes. Oh, you're from Italy. That's super cool. Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm Magpie's Nest. Today we're making angel food cake with maple syrup roasted strawberries. And currently I'm working on an ear saver for the elastic portion of like a medical N95 mask, just to kind of get that elastic off of somebody's ears to really help, especially because I know, having elastic against your skin can be really difficult, and it can really hurt after a really long time. So hopefully this can help relieve somebody of a bit of pain. Oop, I skipped a stitch. Hi, Arrow! How are you? Oh, thank you so much for the host, and thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, this is so great. You're my first host. Thank you. That's so nice. But I guess catch you and anybody else who's in now. I'm making angel food cake by homemade angel food cake and maple syrup roasted strawberries. I don't know. I know it's told me that. Okay, you do. I guess it just didn't say it in chat. I'm sorry, but thank you very much for hosting me too, Kat. Oh, right, yes. Hosting is when somebody else with a channel kind of like hosts my channel, and so it shows up on their page, and it just kind of helps open up the circles of viewers and anybody to come in and check things out. Hi, Mitch. Oh, thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Wow. There's so many people. Hi, I'm the Magpie's Nest. Very happy to have everybody here. We're all just hanging out. I'm currently roasting some strawberries and some maple syrup as like a nice delicious topping for our angel food cake, which we have 15 minutes on. So, we won't have to wait long to check things out. We'll probably need a few minutes before, a few minutes after that timer goes off, just to make sure that it's completely done. And then, let's see. How is everybody's day going? I hope the weather is treating everybody well. It's finally starting to, warm up a bit here in Minnesota. It's fairly nice outside. There's birds chirping, and it's a little cloudy, but that's all right. I'll take some clouds over snow any day. 60? Wow, okay. I'll take 60 degrees. That'll be great. Hopefully I'll be able to get some gardening done. Yes, definitely feel free to lurk, Korg. That's perfectly fine. Minnesota. Yeah, I think it's right now. It's just under 50 degrees, which is really crazy to say that that's actually pretty nice. But Oh, you gotta repot your plants too? Yeah, how are your cactuses? Or cacti, I guess is the correct way to say it. 'Cause I saw you post a picture a bit ago about your cactus that me and River got you for your birthday. I'm really glad to know that those plants are still doing well. Yeah, it's quite a large range for Minnesota weather. It was definitely crazy. I moved here from Missouri, so from kind of the south, pretty much the south. And the most snow we had there was, oh gosh, maybe like an inch or two every year, but we never really got much. It was mostly ice that we got in Missouri. Oh, what am I doing now? Currently, I'm crocheting an ear saver to donate to my local hospital for the medical masks to kind of keep the elastic off of somebody's ears. Yes, thank you, Kat, for saying that. Yep. I just wanted to do something useful to fill the time while we wait, because angel food cake takes almost an hour to bake, because you want it baked at fairly low temperature, just to really make sure. It's a lot of whipped up egg whites and a lot of sugar, and so you don't want to cook it too fast because you might overcook the egg whites quicker than you're cooking the rest of it. Oh, your mom's dropping off snacks. That's cool. Yes, Mitch, I'm making angel food cake and strawberry syrup to go with it. And it's going to be really delicious. It's a very light, airy snack, and it makes me think of summer. So I'm trying to get into that summer mindset to where we can really enjoy the outdoors and just have like a really nice time, since this winter has kind of been a bit of a bummer. Angel food is not gluten-free. I believe it can be made with gluten-free flour. I would have to look up a recipe for that, but this specific recipe uses all-purpose flour. But that will be something that I definitely think it can be made with gluten-free flour. Okay. Oh, okay, River got your bike fixed. That's so cool. So you'll be able to bike around to work or bike around to your volunteer position. That's really awesome. All right. So now the strawberries are pretty much done. Let me just get a bowl here. So we're just gonna pour these in, and we want this to be very cool. So I'm just gonna. Oh wait, let me switch to the top-down camera so I can show you guys. Oop, there it is. All right, so we've got these delicious roasted strawberries in 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup, and they still have some texture to them. That way, you know, having them with cake, well, it'll still be delicious, and you still know you're biting into a nice, delicious berry. But they are cooked enough to where they've absorbed some of that maple syrup, and they will have that delicious, sweet dessert flavor. All right. So then I'm just going to pour these into a container and pop them in the fridge just to cool them off, because I definitely think that a dessert topping, if you like your dessert toppings really hot on your cake, then, you know, more power to you. But I know that this will be really good over your cake when it's nice and cold. You can also use this on tons of things, like ice cream or other desserts, or maple syrup and berries together are so good. I make this for quite a few different desserts. It's just a really good topping because they make oh, that's interesting. Alright, so I'm just going to put these in the fridge, so I'll be right back. I'll just let those cool off. I do have a container of them already that I made yesterday that are already cool, so so I've got tons of strawberries to get through. But yeah, alright. So we've got about just under 10 minutes left on our cake, and so we're just hanging out, just chatting. Is anybody doing anything new lately? I could make jam. I've got quite a few. I've done strawberry jam before. I really want to make apple butter by hand. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. You know, we definitely. I mean, I'm not really part of very many larger Twitch communities because I'm still very, very new. But I have so many good friends, so many very well trusted friends, like the Cat is a Lie, and Oyo Arrow is a super kind person that, you know, if anybody is being rude or, you know, saying things that really aren't appropriate, then we're just not going to really acknowledge that, and we're just going to move on and stay positive with everything, because we need more positivity in our life, and baking is a positive. That is very sure. I'm very sure of that fact. Thank you, Mariah. Oh, thank you for the host, Maddie. That's so nice of you. Yeah, we just have to be, in the immortal words of Keanu Reeves, be excellent to each other. We just have to be excellent to each other. And so that's just super important to do. Yes, positive hype. That's the way that we do things, and that's the way that we're always going to do things. But, you know, we've got quite a few new people in the chat. If there are any, I do take baking suggestions. If there are any recipes that you make at home, like a family recipe that you've always had and that you always love, but if you're interested in seeing a different take on it, then, you know, I take suggestions and I do write them down. And I do gluten-free baking, I do vegan baking, I have some other like vegan cooking that I'm going to be doing. I have 2 recipes right now that kind of are connected to each other. A 45-layer cake, that's, well, it's possible. Instead of 45 really thick layers of cake, we can do something. Yes, a crepe cake. Yes. Kat, you took the words right out of my mouth. That there's a recipe I saw for, I think it's Polish, but it's like a honey, like a honey almond crepe cake. That would be really good. Scones, that's definitely something I want to do. I made, yes, tiramisu is definitely on the list. We talked about that at length a couple of, a bee sting. Yes, that's what it is. Vegan baking. It's actually super fun. I've not really explored much vegan or gluten-free baking until recently, but I have found some really delicious recipes. I made gluten-free biscuits last week, and they turned out super delicious. They made really good breakfast sandwiches. Like I made, like I fried some eggs and some bacon, and it was a really delicious sandwich. Did you 3 inches thick? Okay, so if we're doing 45-layer cake and each layer of cake is 3 inches thick, that's so much cake. So that's like 9. Oh my gosh, that's so much cake. That's 135 inches of cake. I don't have a room tall enough for that. Can I like cut it in half? Can I have 2 really tall cakes or 3 really tall cakes and then just send you a picture of it? Play like cake Jenga? Oh, it won't register your KK Slider songs? I haven't really played around with that. 13 feet and 3-inch tall cake. That's ridiculously tall cake. But, you know, we'll definitely make some cakes. You know, since I'm just starting out, I want to start with basic baking recipes. That way, you know, for anybody that wants to bake along with me, they definitely can. And we're going to learn new skills together, and I'll be able to kind of like hold your hand and walk you through the process of eventually becoming a professional baker. Because baking is so great. Giant cake. Yes! It's a ridiculously tall cake, of course. What flavor would this monstrosity of cake be? I guess not monstrosity. What would this kaiju of cake be? Like, what flavor would you want? All of them? All of the flavors. Oh man, that's a lot of flavors. Yeah, kaiju of cake, that's how it feels. I mean, I'm 5'2". That's more than 2 of me. That's like 2.5 of me. That's so tall. Cake Jew, I love that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to doodle that. I have the idea now of like a cute little like chibi kaiju, but it's covered in frosting and it has like little candle horns. Oh, that sounds like such a good idea. Yes, first emote needs to be a cake kaiju. I'll doodle it up. I ordered a digital like drawing tablet so that I can do my recipe illustrations on the computer and just upload them directly instead of like painting it and then taking a picture of it and then uploading it. So I could probably kind of doodle some ideas for my own emotes and get together with a digital artist to help make these things real. I've not made pavlova before, but I do really enjoy making meringue cookies, which I know is very similar because isn't pavlova? It's piped and baked meringue, and then you stack it with regular meringue, and then you fill it with fruit, if I'm remembering that correctly. Pavlova would be really fun. I could actually make, so a recipe that I'm going to do sometime soon is vegan meringue cookies, which is essentially where you take the liquid from chickpeas, which is aquafaba, and baked meringue with whipped cream and fruit. That does sound really good. But maybe I could do like vegan meringue pavlova. That sounds good. Hand whipped cream for the top. Well, we can't forget whipped cream. Actually, thinking about it now, I don't have any heavy whipping cream for whipped cream for my angel food cake. Whoops, that's my bad. But that's okay. Alright, so that was 50 minutes, and I'm just gonna turn on the oven light and see where we're at. It's still really pale, so I'm going to coconut whipped cream. That sounds interesting. That would be really good with like a tropical cake with pineapple and lime, like a mojito cake. So I'm gonna set this timer for 10 more minutes. The cake does look like it has stuck to the sides of the pan. That was something I touched on earlier when I was putting the batter in the pan, that you don't want to spray down your cake pan when you're doing an angel food cake, because the cake relies on the ability to stick to the sides of the cake to really hold its shape as it stabilizes when it cooks. And so, you know, it's really sticking to the sides and it looks really good. It looks cooked, but I just want to make sure, and we really want the crust to be nice and golden brown before we take it out. Because Caramelizing the sugars on the outside is what gives it that nice, delicious golden brown color, and it doesn't really add much to the flavor of the cake. It's more of a visual than anything, that it's a nice, warm, rich color, and so it looks very inviting, and it makes things look that much more delectable. So I'm going to write these ideas down real quick because I love the pavlova suggestion, and the tiramisu is definitely on the list, Mariah. I didn't forget about that. Then, oh, here it is. There's my note. So, pavlova. Then we've got scones. Scones would be really good. It'd be really easy to turn that gluten-free biscuit recipe into scones, that you would just add probably a tablespoon or two more sugar to it, and then you add inclusions in there like fruit. Tiramisu is my absolute favorite. Macaroons. Maddie, you and Alex both are of the same mindset that as soon as he found out that I was doing a baking stream, he's like, oh, so when are you going to make macaroons? And I'm like, okay, calm down. That's pretty advanced right now. Oh, okay. Don't let anyone tell you pavlova's from Australia. Where's pavlova really from? You're secretly Alex? Well, if you're secretly Alex, then shouldn't you be at work right now, sir? You're secretly Alex. I hope not. It's from New Zealand. That's really interesting. Well, that's good to know. The Kiwis invented it. Now cats, Alex? I feel like this is that SpongeBob moment. Like, you're SpongeBob, he's SpongeBob, you're SpongeBob, I'm SpongeBob. Oh no, Squidward. Whoops, my bad. Ugh, SpongeBob fandom gonna get me. I'm Squidward, you're Squidward, we're all Squidward. That's really cool. Wow. That's really cool. Okay, I'm going to write that down next to pavlova, that it's actually from New Zealand. So that's super interesting. You guys are fighting over being my boyfriend. You guys are crazy. Well, look, you all don't have to fight. We can all be Alex. We can all change our name to Alex. It might be a little like signing up for an AOL Instant Messenger name. We might have to we have to fight who's the original Alex. Hi! Oh, my cat's yelling at me. But yes, somebody's gonna have to fight for the original Alex, just Alex, and then we're gonna have to start adding numbers. Yep, Mitch, you got it. Just adding numbers right onto the end there. We're oh, sure. Yes. You guys want to see my kitty cat? I know Mariah's seen him. Hi, Em. Thank you for coming. Gordon, hi. My friends want to say hi. This is Gordon. Say hi, everybody. This is the good boy, Gordon. He is beautiful. He's my big boy. He's my big sweet kitty cat. But since I am cooking and I touched an animal, I'm going to go wash my hands. Because it's definitely important. It's okay to play with your pets, you know, just making sure when you're cooking you wash your hands in between handling any food and animals. All right. What even are hands? I mean, oh, thanks. No, it's a skirt. I got it at Target a couple of years ago, and I love it so much. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Damn it. Now I've got that stuck in my head. Got that stuck in my head. Maddie. Y'all are crazy. I love all of you. Oh, I'm so glad you all came in. This is really great. You all are so great. I was, yes, this kitchen used to be this really drab, almost like sage color. It was like a grayish green. And I'm like, no, this kitchen cannot be any other color than this beautiful cake icing pink that I want. A gallon bucket of Chex Mix. Wow. That's a lot of Chex Mix. So how long is that gonna last, you and Korg? Like 2 days? I am Pinkie Pie. Oh, I love it. 3 days. Okay, so Chex Mix is a cereal, and it's just like it's like a corn-based cereal that is made into the shape of like a little square. It's almost got like a little pillow shape to it, because it's a square on both sides and it's like inflated a bit. And it's got like all these little holes in it. Do you know what waffle fries are? To where like the waffle fries, they're pressed in a way that it has holes in between for like extra crispiness when they get fried. Yeah, Kat will post a pic. But Chex Mix cereal is really good. It's really delicious. Oh man. Now I want puppy chow. That good old puppy chow. Yes, Chex Mix, and I don't have a Discord yet. I don't know how to start one or manage one because I'm so new. But I am in the Cat is a Lies Discord. Or I am part of your Discord now, Arrow. I did join it yesterday while you were streaming. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Maddie. I'm very grateful for the offer of help for Discord. That would definitely add a good layer of community through it. But, oh, what's this? All right, so let's see. No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, it would be good to start my own anyway, because that would be just another place where I can post things and keep everything updated. Let's see. Got a couple seconds left on our timer here. All right. All right. And then just the regular warning that I give every time I bake. Whenever you're pulling something out of the oven, even just to check it, make sure you have something to guard your hands from getting burnt. Let's see. Then, just gonna check it. Oh, it looks really nice. I think we're gonna call this good. Alright. Let me put my little thing right here. I'm gonna turn the top-down camera on just so you guys can see the delicious cake. It looks so good. Oh, thank you for the offer, for letting me use yours. So here is our delicious angel food cake. It's stuck really nicely to the sides of the pan to where it's like really super tall still, and it's got a nice golden crust. Like you tap it and it bounces back lightly. And whenever you're checking a cake, that you just want to check it by pushing it down, and if it bounces back really quickly, then the structure inside is really stable, and that just means that your cake should be fully baked in there. And then, fun part for this cake, I gotta get this cooling rack out. But really fun part of an angel food cake is actually you want to cool it upside down. So you'll take your pan and you'll pop it on your cooling rack so it's completely upside down. This way, since the bottom of the pan is the top of the cake, that as it cools, it will solidify in this shape that it will sit in once we pull it out of the pan. But hey, that's pretty much it. Hello. We have our cake pan cooling upside down. That will take probably 40 minutes or so to cool down properly. Let me know if you guys wanted to hang out here still and check it out. But I know that I probably will end stream around 5, only because we do have movie night in Discord, and so I definitely want to get everything put together for that. Well, I guess Kat is having a movie night in Discord, and I'll have to move all of my stuff from my kitchen to my office. That way I can sit in my comfy office chair and watch movies. We're doing, are we doing Mean Girls and Empire Records, or is it Bring It On and Empire Records? I forget which one we're moving to next week. Yes, the cake looks super good. Okay, so, Bring It On tonight and Mean Girls. Okay, so, that's right, we're doing Empire Records next week. Right. Oh, music-themed movie. We could do High School Musical, since you've never seen that. Yes, this cake is not a lie, and it's going to be so good. I'm super excited for this cake. And if any of you, make this cake, definitely drop me a line and let me know what you thought of the process. I'm more than, happy to offer some baking advice. I did look up some high altitude baking instructions for an angel food cake. Not much really changes because there's no fats in this, there's no real leavening agents, but the temperature does need to be lowered to 325 if you're baking, and it will, yes, high altitude baking, yes, we've got some friends in here that are Yes, Em the Benz lives at a higher altitude, and baking is affected because temperature is different, and using chemical leaveners changes things because there's difference in I don't know if it's air pressure or something of that sort. I didn't really look into the science of it. Yes, less oxygen. Thank you, Em, for saving me from completely embarrassing myself. I don't know. I just know what needs to change. But you're wanting to lower the temperature of your oven to 325 instead of 350, and you might need to bake it for a little bit longer. So if you want to set a timer for a solid hour instead of 50 minutes, you might need to end up baking it for about an hour and 15 to an hour and 20. My pronouns are she, her, but I'm pretty much good with being called whatever. I'm not too picky. Um, you, yeah, yep. Things rise too fast and then they fall. I was really interested in reading up on the way that yeast is affected, like for making breads at higher altitudes, that it actually advises you use cold water when you're activating your dry yeast for bread making, where down here at sea level you can use warm water, not hot water, but just warm enough to, get the yeast going and active. And oh, thank you, Maddie. You're definitely one of my best friends too. You all are so great, and I'm really glad that you all came in. Pizza flour with yeast, prepared for yeast at altitude. Well, pizza flour with yeast, would you be making like pizza dough from it? Because a homemade pizza sounds super delicious. Yes, there's so many friends today, and I am super grateful for it. I love teaching. I think eventually, once I'm, old and gray and ready to just lay down and give up, in like 10 years, I think I'll eventually become like a baking teacher. No, I didn't see a follow alert, but whomever followed me, thank you. I've been having some issues with OBS today. It took forever to update. I had a computer system update, and so, I had to kind of go over everything and make sure everything was good. But I've been having issues with my alerts, but whomever followed me, thank you very much for the follow. That's very nice. It's supposed to be regular gluten-free flour, but the shipped shopper grabbed the wrong one. I'm saving it when I feel confident. Well, making pizza dough isn't too bad. If you wanted to save it, though, I have a recipe planned to make focaccia bread, which is very similar to pizza dough. That focaccia bread in ancient Italy during the Roman Empire was considered the first pizza. That I believe it was invented in Sicily. But it's really delicious, and I add tons of toppings to mine. Kat can attest to that. I've brought homemade focaccia dough quite a few times. Yes, you did. She met me over focaccia. A mutual friend of ours, White Venom, he invited me because I worked with him at a bakery, and he's like, I feel you'll really fit in with these people. You should come with me to this party. And I'm like, okay, I need to bring something, though. I can't just show up to somebody's house. And so I made focaccia bread, and it had tons of toppings, and, I cut it up into little strips because he's like, it's a beer party, because Kat really loves beer, and she said she has tons of beer, and we're just going to drink it till it's all gone. That sounds like him, too. I can hear it. Ooh, smoked meats for baked breads. I would definitely take that offer. I love smoked meats so much. Yeah. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I really love, speaking of smoked meats, I would die to be able to smoke salmon myself at home, because buying smoked salmon at the store, it's okay, but it just doesn't feel true to the nature of smoking your own meats. Ooh, 30 pounds to go on the smoker. Ooh. What kind of meat are you going to be smoking? That sounds super tasty. We're just all a circle of meeting each other and introducing everybody to new people. And I know, Mariah, I know you're still in here, that she's one of my personal best friends. And I love that she made a Twitch account just to watch me and just to follow me, and I love it so much. Salmon is a pain to start with. Oh, is it? I guess that's fair. Yes. Yes, such wholesome friendship goals. Oh, I love you too, Mariah. Oh, I'm getting emotional. She is. She's. I am super gay. I'm so gay. I'm pan. I love everybody. Everybody is great. Oh, I'm so excited for this cake. I can really smell it. I wish there was a smell streaming so that you could smell this delicious hot cake. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, the you feel called out. Oh, I love you too, Maddie. It's been really great talking with you on and off since yesterday. I mean, all about Steven Universe and all the different fan-made designs, especially talking about rose quartz, because I'm unsure of whom else in chat has seen most, if not all, of the show. I mean, I've seen every episode. I have the movie, and I've seen all of Future. You're not caught up. Okay, that's fair. Have you seen the movie? Because if not, once this is all over, you're gonna have to. Okay. So you're gonna have to come over once people are allowed to come over, and we'll have to watch the movie and the last 2 seasons of Future together. Oh, I bet Arrow hugs are really nice. You seem like you know how to give a really nice warm hug. You're on episode 6. You've got some catching up to do. A giant woman. Ooh. Is Opal your favorite? Because Opal is super awesome. I don't know, something about a tall woman who's an archer, just like, ugh. Yes, Maddie has some great gem sonas that, it looks like she's put like a lot of love into their designs. And Wait, Lana? So are you talking about, oh, you're talking about actual Archer. I get it. Okay. I'm on track now. Danger zone! Fuck it. How many seasons do they have of that show now? I remember watching the season where they were doing that kind of like 1920s, almost Indiana Jones-like adventure. Like 10 seasons. Wow. Your Mallory Archer cosplay, really good. I remember when you shared a picture of it, and it was super great. Yeah, Arrow, a gem sona is essentially just kind of like a fan-made gem, like an alternate persona that would fit into the crystal gems for Steven Universe. Yeah. Oh man, I think that crazy doctor with like the waifu robot girlfriend, I think he's my favorite. I can't remember his name though. Always a night 1 cosplay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Krieger, thank you, Mitch. Yeah, I really like Krieger, because he's just he's just kind of off the rails just enough to where he's kind of like the Kramer. I've watched very little Seinfeld, but what Seinfeld I have seen, I really like Kramer. and he kind of feels like, yes, your authority is not recognized in Fort Kick-Ass. Yeah, that's great. Oh, you're redesigning her as we speak. All right. I'm excited to see the new design. Oh, I bet it's going to turn out really well. All right. Oh, this cake, it's still really warm, but it feels really good. Some cold. Kind of chilly. Jazz hands. Oh, man. Oh. How's everybody's Friday going? Well, if you wanted to cool down a cake quicker, you could put it in the freezer for a little bit. Actually, that does sound like a pretty good idea. I think I might see if there's some room in my freezer just to cool this down, because I do want to be able to show you guys how to take the cake out properly. So let me check my freezer real quick. Oh, there is room. Okay. So I'm going to pop this little baby in the freezer. Thank you for that suggestion, Arrow. All right. I have like a pull-out drawer freezer. A bottom freezer is really nice. I enjoy it a lot. That it does seem to provide more room for what you're doing. No, I mean, it won't change the cake. If it makes you more comfortable, because I've taken cakes out of the oven and immediately thrown them in the freezer to cool them off, and usually I haven't had any problems. But if it is something you're not super used to, you can let the cake cool off for a while on your counter and then put it in the freezer, just so it's not such a temperature shock between oven and then freezer. Because then also you need to be mindful of what you have in your freezer as well, because whatever hot thing you're putting in your freezer will actually cause the temperature to rise in your freezer. And so if you have temperature sensitive things in there that could get hurt if you have something super hot in there, then you probably want to let your cake cool off on the counter before putting it in the freezer. But yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you for that. So I'm just going to put that back over here. Oh, you're working with a base for her redo to get an idea of what you want to do. Yes, that's also a very good point, Em, that you don't want to leave something that's hot in the freezer for too long because it could develop kind of an off taste that almost gives it almost a freezer burnt type flavor. Because there are some things that, ice cream that you've just left in the freezer forever, but you take it out, you scoop it, you put it back in, and then it kind of develops those crystals that it can kind of shift the flavor of something, because it will cause the water of whatever whatever you have to separate a bit and freeze, and so it will affect what you've got. Oh, you gotta get a refill. Yeah, definitely. I've got my really big cup of apple juice here, so I'm pretty good on a refill. But I'm trying not to cover up my face too much. Does anybody bake? Does anybody bake a lot at home? Yeah, apple juice. I love drinking apple juice. It's delicious. I mean, it might be fermented apple juice, but it's still technically apple juice. Oh, that's something I need to check on. I made Apple juice is not code for whiskey. Or is it? No, I have apple cider. No, just apple cider in my cup. I mean, it is alcoholic cider, but, you know, most ciders are at least alcoholic in some sort since they are fermented. It is Friday, and I mean, pretty much every day is Friday when you're stuck home because of a worldwide pandemic. Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro. Oh, I love lemon drops so much. It's not too late. Maybe after this stream, I'll go to the store and pick some stuff up. But after last week's tequila hangover, because of the cheers, I'll drink to that, bro. I use that gif so often in conversation. Like a good 90% of Maddie's fault. Oh, because of all the tequila. But it's so fun to stay up late drinking with your friends. Yep, there's Gordon again. He's begging for his lunch, but he got fed already. Hey, hi, how are you? No, I don't think Billy's sleeping. He's just really quiet. Gordon is a very sassy cat. He's very sassy, but I love him so much. He's a very patient cat too. Like, one of my favorite things is when he's just kind of standing there, that I'm able to push him over and he'll flop over and stand back up, and I push him back over again, so that he'll kind of roll over and then stand up, and I'll push him back over. Yes, he does take after his namesake. He's a very loud cat, but you know, I think it was in a previous chat that that black cats being super chatty is just very common. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know there was like a secret alcoholic drink code. He doesn't swear in human, but he gets very angry early in the morning when he wants his breakfast. That I've been waking up at around 5 every morning just to keep up with my baker schedule, because when I was working at the bakery, I had to be up and at work by 5. But he gets fed breakfast at 7 a.m. and every morning at about 6 a.m. he walks right up to me and he just starts shouting his head off asking for breakfast. But overall, he's just very talkative. Yep. He's walking back over to the window. There's tons of birds and squirrels out in the backyard right now, so he's definitely been entertained by his television. But no, Billy, I don't know if Billy is sleeping. Hi, honey. No, it's not dinner time yet. You had your lunch already. This cat. Yes, he is liking his new pillow. Yes, okay, thank you. Enjoy your lurk, Arrow. Thank you so much for coming in, for hosting, and I'm excited to talk to you again at movie night. Yeah, he's still liking his new pillow. Oh, thank you. I'm very glad that you enjoyed my baking stream, and I'm very happy to know that you would love to come back. Yep, about 45 minutes till movie night. We're just kind of hanging out all day. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Mitch. And I'm really glad you came in. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll see you over at Kat's channel also. Nice. Yeah, it's going to be great movies. Because Bring It On is such an early 2000s classic, and Mean Girls, just the same level of classic. I think, oh man, I can't tell you how many times that, I've went to school or work on a Wednesday and go, on Wednesdays we wear pink. And most people around my same age are like, hey. Bye, Mitch. See you later. Hi, kitten. Oh, he's so loud. He's really excited for cake, too. Especially since he, Yes! Get in, we're going shopping. Hi. Do you want to say hi again? No. No, you're not getting dinner right now. You can wait. Yeah, he already had some cake. Alright. Oh man. How long has it been? So it's been about 10 minutes or so since I put the cake in the freezer, I think. Should really have a timer for some of these things, huh? I'm gonna go grab cake from the freezer and we're gonna check it out. No, I'm handling food. I can't hold you right now. Ooh, kinda got stuck here. There we go. Oh yeah. That's feeling much better now. Alright, and I am gonna turn on oh, your dog can hear my cat. Well, sorry about that. Alright, so here we got a top-down camera. And we will be taking a thin knife. Let's see if I can find a thin knife. Here we go. So just like a really teeny tiny thin knife that we're going to take and run along the edges. And for whenever you are going around a curve, you want to pull the curve. So you just kind of want to hold the knife in the same place and you're just moving the cake pan around. And I had the knife just barely in the cake at first, but now that I've gone around at the very edge of the cake, I'm going to put the knife completely down to the bottom, and I'm just going to go around one more time to really make sure that this cake isn't sticking, because I do feel some bits that were sticking that would have held the cake. And then for the round, I just kind of go around. Since this is so small, I can't really pull it or push it. I just kind of go around and just plunge the knife back and forth, just to really get it on there. And then yes, pull the curve. That's actually something I learned for drawing, that when you're drawing a straight line, you want to push a straight line, but then you want to pull any curves. That the way that our wrists are just set up as humans, that those just make more sense, because if you're doing this, then you have to move your whole arm and you might move it out of place. And so it just makes it easier to pull a curve and to push a straight. Murderer, because I'm stabbing a cake, it's fine. But this is going to be a little loud, so loud noises, warning, that you're going to flip your cake over and you're just going to really beat it. And then just kind of like, man, it's really sticking. But that's a good sign, though. We just want to, really... Oh, I feel it kind of coming loose a bit. Ah! There she is! Yes! We did it! Yes! We did it! Ah! Look at her! She looks so good. She's got that beautiful golden brown color that I was talking about all over it. So right here where you see these like kind of little white bits, that's where we had an air pocket in the very bottom of the pan in the corner. And that's why we kind of like jiggle the pan back and forth when we first spoon in our batter, because if we didn't do that, we would end up with quite larger hunks out of it. But it's beautiful and it's fresh and it smells so good and I'm so excited to cut into it. Okay, so I'm gonna get the syrup and the strawberries and I'm gonna plate it up right in front of you guys, cause I'm mean. But I got my little pink plate here. Okay, you guys are gonna have to fight over who gets 3/4 of it, because you're also gonna have to fight Alex, because he loves this cake. He loves this cake so much that it's got a nice bouncy texture to it. Oh, you guys, this looks so good. Just two delicious slices of it. I'm gonna turn the top down camera on. Yeah, of course he does. You guys pretty much are twins. It's crazy. Come on now. There we are. That it's like just got this delicious texture to it. Oh, wait, there it is. Wait, come back now. There it is. That it's got this nice, light, airy texture. You see all the air bubbles in it, and it looks perfect. And I'm so excited for it. Hi, Gordon. Yeah, you smell that cake that you helped yourself to last night? I hope you're happy. What a spanker. Baby. This kitty cat, I swear. Minnie, thank you. Yeah, so, you know, we've got our strawberries and sauce, and then we're just gonna spoon it right on there. And if I had whipped cream, I would put whipped cream on there. I know, Kat, this is for you. Mmm. Doesn't that look good? Oh, yeah. So, all right. So this is our end product that we made. Delicious angel food cake with maple syrup roasted strawberries. And I'll have this video uploaded onto YouTube before the end of the day. And it will be available on VODs on Twitch if any of you want to go back and make this yourself at home. But yes, Maddie, you took the words right out of my mouth, that I am so happy and so grateful. Do I want to raid today? I would love to raid somebody today. I'm unsure how to do that. So let me go. So actually, Kat, how would I go and raid somebody? Is that something? Oh, actually, gotta pull my laptop close then. Oh yeah, let's go raid one up, girl. Yes, let's go check out One Up Girl. No quotes. Yes, thank you. I'm getting it. I'm learning. All right. So we're gonna go and raid One Up Girl. Let's see. So in the brackets for rating, I go and send over, like I go in the brackets and I type in One Up Girl. Sorry, you guys are watching me learn. Watching me learn things. Okay, in the chat. All right, so we're gonna go raid One Up Girl. Thank you all so much for being here. I am so happy to be able to share this recipe with you. And once again, I am the Magpie's Nest. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming in, even those of you who are lurking. Follow me on any social medias that are up in the corner, and we will be back fairly soon to bake together some more.